Welcome to Sports Bet Daily for oddsmarket.com. It's week 16 of the NFL and it's squeaky bum time if you've got them futures bets. Will you get home field in the wild card? Is your team going to just go through and get a bye in the first week? Obviously, it's week 16. It's been a long 16 weeks for some. It's even longer for me because these two have been right by my side. Jay, Spread, how are we, gents?
How are we,
doing
brother?
great today. How you doing, Flash?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. 3 great games tomorrow. And then obviously Sunday, I'm hoping a few scores go my way. The Patriots beat the Bills. The Texans beat the Bucs. The Texans get home field. They'll maybe play the Bills. Oh, come on. It's great. It's great. I mean, who are you looking forward to seeing, Spread?
Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow. We got a great slate, and I got 2 picks for the 2 afternoon games and the morning game. I'm just going to enjoy and see how that one goes.
Yeah, obviously the morning game is the Texans and the Bucs. Why don't we kick off with the Texans and the Bucs? And we'll start with you, Jay.
I've been all over this Tampa Bay Bucks team total over all year long. I think we hit it at about 70% this season. But I really think this week it could finally be an issue. We know that Mike Evans was out the last couple of weeks, and I didn't really have a problem still backing that team total over because Godwin was still there, O.J. Howard was there. Now they have no Mike Evans. They have no Godwin. So the question is, can Jameis Winston really count on Perryman to catch 3 touchdowns again this week? And my gut says no, Flash. The Texans have absolutely everything to play for. They haven't locked up the AFC South yet, and they need this game bad. They can clinch with a Tennessee loss, but NFL teams always like to handle their own business. And even though this game is on the road, I think it's a very winnable spot against a team that struggles on the defensive side of the football. The Bucs have the 30th ranked passing defense in the National Football League. So Deshaun Watson and those receivers really shouldn't have an issue exploiting that god-awful pass defense. So I have to take the Texans here. At this point in the year, I always try to back teams that have everything to play for. And I think it's a really good spot for the Texans to clinch the division against a depleted offense and a bad defense. So I'll lay the field goal here. Give me the Texans.
I'll bet you'll lay that field goal. I'm definitely on with the Texans. They started at giving up 1.5. Now they're giving up 3 at the Bucs. And the total's 50.5. Leave the total alone. Could be a shootout. Could go under. It's a toss of a coin. But the Texans, they will be hungry. Let's move on to the next game. And it's another game that everyone's going to be interested in from the AFC. The Bills plus 6.5 at the Patriots. The total's 37.5. And Spread, just give me a little bit of your thoughts on this game.
All right, so I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm going to take the points here. We had a close meeting when they came up and they played in Buffalo earlier this year. It was 16-10, so they would have covered the spread. But since then, I think that Buffalo has improved while I think that New England is still having problems. We're looking for a big defensive battle here, 2 of the best defenses in the NFL. We got 2 of the great cornerbacks in the NFL with Gilmore and Tre'Davious White. They'll both be able to lock down players. And I think Tre'Davious White becomes very important here because as Julian Edelman goes, so goes the New England Patriots offense. If Buffalo is able to put Tre'Davious White on him, take away Julian Edelman from Tom Brady without double-teaming him, that's just too much defense over the field. Brady hasn't been able to get it done without going to Edelman this year. N'Keal Harry, I like him as a prospect coming out of Arizona State. Don't know if he's in tune with Brady yet. Still, obviously, this is a dangerous team. Going to be interesting to see in the playoffs. But I think 6.5 points is too much in this defensive battle that we're going to have Saturday.
Yeah, I think that Edelman may well just be a ghost on tomorrow. I think he'll be one of those, they might double team, they might try and block his little cuts and things like that. I said New England's tight ends, they eat tomorrow. I think you miss them out and it's just going to go down the seams. I think that the Bills will be too hungry to get through the defensive line or the offensive line of the Patriots. And I think that it'll be screens and seams, Jay.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have to back the Buffalo Bills in Foxborough at this price. Sunday night, Spread and I were in a video chat. The Bills were good to me. I went 5-0 on the game with props. So, like we've said it all year, Flash, this Patriots team is overrated. It's the first Patriots team since Brady's first Super Bowl that I really think this team has finally jumped the shark. They have an average offense, especially with a banged-up Julian Edelman. And this team has a good defense, but the perception this year is that they have the best defense in football because the numbers say so, but they don't. We know that the Bills' defense is solid. The Patriots should struggle to move the football like they did in the first game that they played earlier in the year. So what's changed coming into this game? And in my opinion, I agree with Fred. It's the Bills' offense. They're still an average offense, but Josh Allen has definitely progressed throughout the year. I like what I've seen from him, especially the last month. His reads are improving, and we already know that the kid can make all the necessary throws to win a game. It's just about putting the two together. And it appears that he's slowly getting there. You can get 6.5 at -105 right now, Bovada. I don't really buy half points in the NFL. Very rarely I consider it, but I think it's worth it here. You can buy the half point and get a touchdown at -120. And I think that they're a good enough team to play within a touchdown of the Patriots, even though the Pats have been a juggernaut at home for 20 years. I'm going to take a shot on the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, everything says that you're absolutely mad. December, Foxborough, but I've got to agree with you. I think it's just about the Patriots getting the W. And as long as they get the W, if you boys are on the Bills at 6.5 or pay for the touchdown, then I'm happy for you to win getting beat by 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. I really don't care as long as that Bills team do not get a W and the Texans win at the Bucks, because then that means the Texans will have home field and I'll be absolutely over the moon. Let's move on. Rams +7 at the 49ers. Total points a 44.5 spread.
I love the 49ers here. This is a great spot. You know, last week we talked about the Falcons, and we were worried about the backdoor cover. We didn't see it coming, but they were able to win it. Overall, it was a lit-down spot for the Niners. They didn't have the energy coming off the big win against the Saints. They didn't take the Falcons seriously, almost like a rest week, I would assume, for preparation. We're not getting that this week. We will see a fully focused 49ers team ready to bounce back. And one thing that we do have a good handle on for the Rams is in analyzing Jared Goff and when he's going to do good and when he's going to do poorly. When will he do poorly? When he gets a lot of pressure. What do the 49ers love to do? Crumple that pocket, pressure the quarterback. Goff is not good under pressure. Perfect matchup for the Niners. Great motivational spot for the Niners. I like them to cover big here.
Jay, I got my little beady eye out on Jared Goff last week. Dodgy right thumb. You watch. He's not throwing the ball properly, and I was slaughtering him as if he was Eli Apple's twin.
I got to agree with the spread, Flash. Again, the Rams have fallen off a cliff since the Super Bowl. The entire world was on the Rams last week. I was more than happy to take the Cowboys and ruin everybody's day. Sure enough, the good version of the Cowboys show up. They destroy the Rams. It's tough to pinpoint exactly why this Rams team has turned into a complete shit show. I know it starts with Jared Goff and his bad quarterback play, but how bad that this Rams have looked on the defensive side of the football has been harder to figure out because they have good players. It seems like everybody can move the ball against that Rams defense right now. And I think it's a good team for the 49ers to play at home, coming off that heartbreaker against the Falcons. What a costly game for the 49ers. They go into last week's game as the number 1 seed in the NFC. They come out of the game as the 5 seed. The game means absolutely everything to the 49ers. They need to win these last 2 games in hopes of getting that number 1 seed back, if it's even possible. I have to look at the playoff picture. I think we see complete domination in the game. I think the 49ers should dominate both sides of the trenches. Spread's right. Goff cannot throw the ball well under pressure. Pocket should collapse every other play. So I think the advantage the 49ers have in the trenches on both sides of the football is going to go a long way to determining the winner of this game. They should be able to run the ball successfully And that should open the passing lanes up for Jimmy G to get whatever he wants. If the Rams team that showed up against the boys shows up in San Francisco, they're going to get ran out of the stadium. So I took them first half -3.5 and full game -6.5 tomorrow night.
Yeah, I must admit I moved early on the 49ers. First thing Tuesday morning I was there. I think it was maybe 6.5. I think I might have just got the 6. I look at the Rams D and predictable pressure from Donald and his men. And the big thing was there's almost a signpost saying, we're coming off the edge, we're going to blitz down the middle. Everyone's either been waiting and they've been picked off. So, yeah, I'm with the 49ers all the way. OK, Saints -3 at the Titans. The total's 50, Jay.
Yeah, out of all my looks this week, I probably like this one the least. But the total opens at 51. According to SBRodds.com, the best odds site in the business. And dropped to 49.5 in multiple spots. I think they should get over the hump, Flash. Similar to last week's Titans-Texans game, except the Saints have a better offense than both of them. I think that the Texans and the Titans could have easily put up another 10 to 14 points, if not for the mistakes and penalties. It's a little concerning how well the Saints defense has played, but Tennessee has been so dynamic on offense. I'm not sure any defense could fully slow them down. Both of the teams have everything to play for again, which is going to be a theme with me the last couple weeks of the year. And I'm not completely certain of the NFC playoff picture, but I think the Saints still have a shot at the number 1 seed. The Titans are currently the first team out right now, so they're still alive to grab a spot. The market's dropping this total, I think, because they saw the Saints shut down the Colts last week, and the Saints are an indoor team, and the game's outdoors this week. Barring bad weather, I think it's worth fading the market move here, and I'm going to take a shot on the over. I think both these teams could definitely get over that number.
OK, let's move on to an absolutely garbage game with enormous consequences. The Cowboys -2 at the Eagles. The total's 46.5 spread. And Eagles, they've been gambling on this game for about the last 7 weeks.
They've both been looking forward to this game, it seems like. They both knew that this is what it's going to come down to the season for. And, boy, it's going to be great for us fans. And I'll tell you what, as a bettor, I'm excited to back the Philadelphia Eagles here. Really excited. The Cowboys had a huge win last week. I think that bodes well for us getting these points. And we had 3 points until the news that Dak Prescott missed his first practice in over a year due to a shoulder injury. I don't know how well that bodes for the chances. I know they're going to get Prescott out there no matter what, but if he's not 100% healthy, that's a big downgrade for the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have a strong defensive line that's going to be able to shut down Ezekiel Elliott. And Amari Cooper's been touch and go all year. Wouldn't surprise me if he didn't play as many snaps as we're used to seeing. He's kind of beat up as well. On the other side, we know the Philadelphia wide receivers have been beat up all year. But guess what? Carson Wentz is figuring out how to work around that. He's got 2 great tight ends in Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert who can get down the field, attack the fact that most of the linebackers on Dallas are more built to be run stoppers and not necessarily pass protection guys. I mean, Jalen Smith is good in pass protection. He's not excellent. And another injury concern for the Cowboys in that linebacker core, Leighton Vander Esch will be out with the stinger. So once again, another lack of depth there. I think that with Sean Lee coming off the bench and coming in as a reserve, that make the core really deep. Now they're kind of light again at linebacker. And where are the Eagles going to attack? They're going to attack those linebackers in the running game and in coverage. I think it's a great matchup. I think home field is huge here. That's going to be one of the wildest stadiums for a regular season game we've ever seen. I like the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East here on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a college bowl game, they'd call it the Garbage Bowl, Jay.
Yeah, the problem in this game is that these are 2 of the most inconsistent football teams in the NFC all year. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. My gut leans towards the Cowboys because if both teams are playing at their best, the Cowboys are a better football team. So my gut says I lean with the boys, but I'm staying far away from this game. I agree, Flash, because you have no idea what you're going to get from both teams. So it's a complete pass for me.
No, the only positive I can give to the Eagles fans and the Eagles supporters, if you like, just even if you're not a fan, is that they've been looking forward to this game for about 10 weeks. 10 weeks, they said it's going to come down to this game. Players have been half fit. No, we'll leave you alone. I wouldn't be surprised if all those like injuries and questionables, they come back on Sunday and the Eagles put up a proper show. But I'll just be watching it because obviously the futures. Let's move on. Panthers +7 at the Colts. Total points of 46.5. And the Panthers, they're on their sun loungers, Jay, and they're having a nice bit of amber Solaire and taking in the Rays.
Yeah, it's another pass for me. Jacoby Brissett looked god-awful Monday night when you and I did the show together. I mean, he was missing receivers by 5 yards.
Open receivers.
Wide open receivers.
Yeah, wide open.
So I can't back. I lean under because of what we've seen from both offenses lately. But again, it's another pass for me. I have on the side, no idea. I don't trust either quarterback. And total, I can't trust them to score points. So I would lean under.
Okay, spread. I'm going to come to you because I know you're going to have a play. I fancy you've got to be with the Colts. They're at home. They are the biggest homers in town.
Right, and we've used that as a theme all year, right? The Colts aren't very good on the road, and they're great at home. We got a great opportunity here. I don't think a team could look worse than they looked when we were watching Liveline on Monday night. You know, I was having fun with you guys in there. But, boy, it wasn't much of a game, and the whole nation saw that. I think that gave us about 3 points. I think if you threw that game out, this game could get close to -10 the way the Carolina Panthers have been looking. I think the firing of Coach Ron Rivera is already looking ahead to next season. I feel the players know that. And other than Christian McCaffrey, this team doesn't have a lot of weapons. We've got another situation here where a team's looking towards the future, starting quarterback Will Grier, who I've heard, and the truth be told, I heard the same things about Drew Lock, and it wasn't the same. But the Will Grier didn't necessarily look good in practice, but they wanted to get the experience, see what they have in their investment. They got a big decision to make coming up with Cam Newton, so they got to find out what they have in Grier. But I think this Indianapolis defense is going to be a tough defense for them to go up against. I think we're getting value because the Colts looked so bad in primetime, and I'm taking the Colts to cover -7 here.
Yeah, I don't blame you, to be honest. Here's a game that I'm really hoping goes against the grain. The Chiefs are -6 at the Bears, and the total points are 44.5 spread.
Yeah, so I haven't made a play on this game. I lean the Bears, but the thing is, the Chiefs have such a big offense that I don't want to get in front of them in this situation. The Bears have a great defense, so obviously that mitigates it a tad. But I lean the Bears, but I can't pull the trigger because I'm just too scared of that explosive Chiefs offense.
Jay, can you pull the trigger?
I like the Chiefs here. The problem is the line opened at 4.5. It's now 6. It's hard for me to tell people to take the absolute worst of the number. But gun to my head, do I think the Chiefs cover the 6? I do, because of how bad Mitchell Trubisky is. And I think that they squeak over the total here, Flash. I know the Bears have a good defense. It's not the defense that they had last year, but it's still good. But the Kansas City Chiefs offense is just another level, man. I really like this game to probably squeak over the total because the Chiefs don't have a great defense. They're just inside the top 20. And the Bears should be able to find some success on the ground because the Chiefs' run defense is poor. So I think they probably cover the 6. I think it probably squeaks over.
Okay, well, let's hope the Bears cause a little mini upset. Remember, they are at home. Biggest game of the weekend, and there is plenty big games, but it's the Packers getting 5.5. They were getting just the 4, but the Vikings money's come right in, and the total points are 46.5. And I'll come to you, Jay, but just to remind you, I'm on that 4.
I know you are. Now listen, I have not backed this team much this year, Flash. I'm taking your Green Bay Packers. You love them all year. I have to take them on Monday night. The Vikings are a good team. They've been higher in my power ratings all year than the Green Bay Packers. But I think that this line is absurd. Hear me out. The Vikings, they open up a 4.5-point favorite, or 4, you said. They're now 5.5. The second best player on the team after Diggs is out. Dalvin Cook is 90% to not play.
Yeah, he
His
won't
backup is out.
Yeah, he won't play.
He's out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. He's the best running back in football to me, Flash, in my opinion, right? He's the engine of that offense. If he isn't playing, it's a big loss. Another reason why I have to back the Packers is because Kirk Cousins shrinks under the lights of primetime football games in front of a national audience. If you look at his numbers that he puts up, especially against the spread on normal 1 o'clock Sunday games, and then you look and see what he does in prime time, the difference is alarming. So if you're asking me to choose whether or not I'm going to take Kirk Cousins or an 11-3 Green Bay Packers team with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, and you're going to give me 5.5 points, it's a no-brainer. Sign me up. I'm taking the 5.5. And I might take a piece of the money line at plus 240. I think that it's a possible really good spot for a dog money line play.
Wow. Well, I go against the Packers. It's like me getting out of my seat to answer the door. I come back. Jay's sitting in it. He's got his feet up, slippers on, and the pipe. I'm going with the Vikings -4 and spread. I've gone over the 46.5 as well.
Yeah, I think this is a tough game. I think the books really got us here. When I analyze it, one thing I like the Vikings at home. We know the Packers aren't that good on the road, and I think it's a great matchup. But 5.5 is just way too many points. I don't understand how this got past 3. So obviously people are heavy on the Vikings. People say that running backs don't matter. Well, I think Dalvin Cook is an exception to that rule. His yards after contact is unbelievable. Burst through the hole. It's just something that you can't really replace. So originally I liked the Vikings. The number got away from us, and I think at this new number, plus 5.5, it's Green Bay or no play.
Okay, well, that wraps us up. I'll see you Monday night. I'll see you both Monday night. Can't wait. Great weekend. Saturday, 3 games. Big games on Sunday. I am going to be an absolute stamp collector. I'm going to sit on that sofa, and I am not going to move unless I'm told to, obviously. You know, I'm only a mouse in my own house. Till Monday, boys. I'll see you soon, and may all your bets be winners.
Thanks, Flash.
Cheers, boys. That's Spread and Jace, obviously Sports Keg CEO. You can watch him for every minute of every day over there on the live line. He doesn't sleep. Well, he does sometimes, but only when I'm calling him. Okay, let's move on. We're going to go to the Bundesliga. And Bundesliga have obviously had midweek action. The boys, Radak and Alex, were absolutely on sizzle mode this week. And especially when someone in the chat said, make sure you're clear with your selections because I'm going to fade everything you say. Well, I think they went 5-0. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, Alex. All right, Radak. This floor is yours.
Let's go to the real football, Flash. This is the real football, European football. In fact, this is the football. Anyway, let's get back to business. I just wanted to make an entrance here. Dortmund starting in 5 minutes, and this is my banker of the week.
Oh, okay, then
and
quickly.
This is why I was...
Quickly, Alex. Hoffenheim at 4.1, draw 4.0, and Dortmund at 1.95.
Over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.72. So in case of 3 goals, you have a push or a void, how they say. And in case of more than that, you have a win. I saw also the lineups. I'm very confident about this bet. This is my banker of the week for this round.
Well,
and yes, we are coming after a brilliant round of fixture in the midweek. Continue, please.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Nice to see you've had your haircut and you've had a shave. Radak, Paderborn 3.63, the draw 4.0, and Frankfurt at 2.
Yeah, we have the last in the standing with Paderborn here, and Frankfurt has an odd of about 2-0 here in Paderborn, and I'm not a big fan of Frankfurt, I say it often, but in this case, I like the odds on Frankfurt because Paderborn, They only played good football against teams like Dortmund and Leipzig and scored a lot of goals. But at the end, they are the weakest team in the league. They will point sooner or later. I hope it will be later in next year and not in this game, because I will bet on a away win of Frankfurt here.
Okay, you take Frankfurt to win at Paderborn. It's a tricky old game, but you are getting decent odds against the bottom sides. Okay, Cologne 2.10, draw 3.9, and Werder Bremen at 3.4, Alex.
Yes, this round, this is the final round of the year, and I love goals. You will see many over 3 goals on the Asian handicap, and I really like the fact that they are giving good odds on this market for this round. Normally, they are doing for 3.5 and on top of that. But this time, I don't know. Many games have over 3 goals on the Asian handicap written all over them, you know? So also, this is another game with over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.9. Despite Werder Bremen coming after 3 heavy defeats, mostly the last 2 of them. It was amazing. Let's say it was a surprise to see them not scoring at home against Mainz. Yes, they had many opportunities. They were in control of that game till a moment, and after that, Mainz started to bang goal after goal after goal. And in the second half, when Werder really bounced back a little bit, Mainz kicked on the break. You know, they killed them on the break, on their throat. You know. Bang 5-0 and 3 points. But I expect something else from Werder. I think that all teams, they will try to finish the year on a positive note. Christmas is coming, festive period is coming. They will meet with the fans, and they don't want the fans to swear on them. So I think that over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.9, again, great value in my opinion.
Okay, let's move on then. Mainz at 4.1, draw 4.1, and Leverkusen at 1.9. Radak, Mainz either win by 4, lose by 4, and win by 4.
Yeah, Mainz is a very unpredictable team. They are mostly better than you expect, and last week they scored 5 goals, unbelievable, against Werder Bremen. They also scored 5 goals against Hoffenheim 5 or 4 game days ago. So I think the new coach, makes something not bad. Achim Bayer-Lotzer, who was fired in Cologne and moved to Mainz to play with players who can adapt his playing style better. And in this game, I think Mainz has chances to make a point here, because Leverkusen didn't score within the last 3 games. On the other hand, you can expect Leverkusen to bounce back, and But I'm going with the trend here. I don't think Leverkusen can really, beat Mainz high enough. So I like the Asian handicap plus 0.5 on Mainz here. And we get an odd of 2.05 around. And I remember last Christmas when Leverkusen fired Coach Heiko Herrlich one day before Christmas. Yeah. And maybe this year Bosch could have the same future some days before Christmas, fired by Rudi Völler in Leverkusen. Who knows? But Mainz, I back them here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think that's a massive value, 2.05 a double chance. I looked at Leverkusen close up in the last few games. Neat and tidy. They do not get enough bodies in the box. And poor old Diaby, he puts in a proper shift. He's got good feet, but he goes from side to side just that little bit too much. For me, Leverkusen, they flatter to deceive. So, I can see Mainz getting something out of the game. Our Mainz getting something out of the game at 2.05. Okay, I know what's coming here. RB Leipzig 1.28, draw 6.5, and Augsburg at 12, Alex.
You forgot that I'm also on Mainz versus Leverkusen, but you are excused. Rafa zoomed me 300%. I can see my everything if I am closer to the camera.
Yeah, well, get
I don't
away
know why
because I
he
don't want to
did.
scare the children.
Yeah. Get the children out of YouTube right now, please, because Alex is here. So yeah, Mainz versus Leverkusen, very, very quick on that. I will not stay to bother more. Over 3 goals on the Asian handicap, 1.7. But I really like that Mainz draw double chance after seeing what happened with Leverkusen, and we opposed them in the midweek with Hertha +1 on the Asian handicap, and Hertha won 1-0. So two wins in a row for Klinsmann.
Okay, well, let's go with Leipzig at 1.28, the draw 6.5, and Augsburg at 12.
Yeah, but I think that Leipzig will win this game, but the value is not there because 1.25 even for an Aka bet, I don't see it. On the other side, we have an Augsburg team, very, very good, on top, at the top of their level right now. I don't know how many green results they have till now, but yeah, 6 in their last 7 matches. Very good. I like their fighting spirit. They will go to play their chance at RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig, for me, they are a little bit better than Dortmund right now, so they deserved that free draw in the midweek. We expected goals over there, and they came. Also now I'm expecting the Alex Classic, both teams to score, and over 2.5 goals at 1.8, with Augsburg scoring on the road here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'd already wrote down the Alex Classic. I just didn't have the price. So, yeah, I'm totally on your wavelength there, Alex. I knew what was coming. Radak, last but not least, Hertha, 3.25. The draw, 3.7. And Mönchengladbach at 2.25.
Yeah, Alex told it. 2 wins in a row for Jürgen Klinsmann, and the third game before was also no loss because they draw. And the first game of Klinsmann was a very close 1-2 against Dortmund. So now it's kind of new wave in the capital of Germany with Jürgen Klinsmann, and I think he can also annoy Mönchengladbach here, and I think they will at least draw this game.
Wow.
Maybe they even win this home game against Gladbach, but I think the odds on Hertha Asian handicap plus 0.25 is attractive for me, and I think Hertha will finish this year with a bang.
And what price have you got on that?
1.95.
1.95. Okay. I've seen Hertha the last couple of weeks. Absolutely bang average. They got away with absolutely murder against Leverkusen. Leverkusen had a striker, or they even wanted to put a shift in. Could have scored 4 or 5. The Hertha, to their credit, broke away, scored a goal after the keeper chucked it at his feet. For me, Mönchengladbach, 2.25. Go and fill your boots, gentlemen, because I think Mönchengladbach get back on winning ways. What's your banker, please, Radak?
Frankfurt at Paderborn.
Frankfurt at 2. Alex, your banker is already underway.
Yes, 5 minutes in the game already.
And have you had your 3 goals yet?
Not yet. No.
What sort of capper are you?
They didn't start to score, but I'm expecting a last-minute goal, the 4th one, in the 93rd minute.
Oh, we like that. Listen, gentlemen, all joking aside, you are really, really starting to hit form. Have a very, very good Christmas. Have a nice winter break in Bundesliga, and we'll see you both again very soon.
Thank you, and best of luck with the lower leagues. And this is the real football.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for
totally.
that. Thank you for that soccer roundup from Germany. You take care,
Bye-bye.
gentlemen. So that's Radak and Alex absolutely on fire over there. It was a minefield for the first 7, 8, 9 weeks, and then all of a sudden they've put their foot down, they've studied hard, and they've just smashed in the winners for you. Now, about time we smashed in a few winners, because we're going to go to the lower leagues. Well, lower leagues means parlay. It means decent odds. We very, very rarely go below 2. Dave, he's my partner in crime, and he loves the championship. Most people, they'd be sectioned if they love the championship. Well, Dave should just be sectioned anyway. Dave, how are you, mate?
Hello, Flash.
How are you? My little mad mate.
For starters, I need to confirm something.
Go on then.
This is called a throw ball because it gets thrown quite a lot.
Oh, okay.
This is called a football
It
because
is,
it gets kicked quite a lot. So, yeah, for anybody wondering, yeah, this is throw ball, and that's football. That's the real football. I support Alex in everything that he says.
Let's get carried straight into this, and we're going to start off with Cardiff versus Preston. I've not put up your selection. Tell me what it is.
I'm going to correct you, and because we have a game that's starting in 10 minutes, which I should have prepared for better, but, you know, look, we've got 10 minutes. I've got Middlesbrough, draw no bet. I gave it out on my article at plus 110. I think right now it's plus 100. The odds keep swaying. They keep swaying in Stoke's favour. I'll tell you why they keep swaying in Stoke's favour. It's because Marcus Brown is out from the weekend red card, and so is Paddy McNair. They're both going to miss this game. So Middlesbrough are going to start Stephen Walker, who hasn't played a game in the Championship all season, but he is a youth prospect and he is real good on the ball. They're also going to play Jed Spence to replace Marcus Brown, and he has made his debut. And the last time he played, Middlesbrough walked away with 3 points, which it's been quite rare, to be honest, this season. The odds are still going in favour of Stoke, and for me, that's even though I gave this prediction out before we knew these squads or team lineups, and I'm still going to side with Middlesbrough now, and you can still get good odds on them because the money is coming in on Stoke. So
it's Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's
draw no bet.
Yeah, which kicks off in 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
Okay, well, you can do no more than...
If you want to place that one, you best go do it now.
Okay, or you can do no more than jump the queue. Rafa, can you, when I speak to Dave, just leave the graphic as it is? Because Dave's now decided to do what he likes and forget my order. So we're going to stay with Cardiff and Preston. So just leave it up, mate. You just put your feet up and let Dave take it away.
Yeah, we've got Preston, who are sitting in 3rd position in the league. You would, at a first glance, be like, oh, Preston, yeah, they're going to come through and they're going to hammer Cardiff. Well, no. Cardiff, you've got West Brom right now and you've got Leeds, and then you've got everybody else, in my opinion. There's not much separating 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position, and there's not a lot separating 6th to 12th position. This game is key for Cardiff. If Cardiff get this win, they're back in them player spots. You know, if other results go in their favour. Last week, they took on Leeds, and what a game that was. 3-0 down. 60th minute, we get a banger from Cardiff. Whatever, we think it's going to end 3-1. Goes straight into the 80th minute. What do we get? We get 2 goals from Cardiff and a red card, all between the 80th and 90th minute. They truly did pull it out, and they did deserve it. So with that, they're now facing another top side. They're facing Preston, who have been slacking when it comes to their away form. It has been dropping. Now Cardiff have a 70% win percentage at home this season, which is great. And Preston have failed to score in each of their last 3 games on the road. It's not good signs for Preston away. They're incredible at home. They're the exact opposite away from home. They've lost 6 out of their 10 away fixtures this season, and Preston have lost 4 of their previous 6 games. Their form is certainly declining. I think this is a great spot to take Cardiff at home, who do incredible at home. They're coming off a result that, they defied the odds against Leeds, the number 1 team or number 2 team in the league. So, Cardiff at 2.37 on the decimal, plus 137 on the American with Bet365 it's great odds for me, great value, and I'll take a shot with Cardiff.
Yeah, I don't blame you. As we said to you before, forward-thinking manager, they will leave the back door open. So listen, I mean, Alex Classic may come into play here. Wouldn't go against Cardiff at home, especially on as we've said before, at weekends when they are at home. You can't oppose them. You cannot. Okay, So I've not got graphics for any of your picks, but I need you to fly through them because I've got 4 tasty ones.
Yeah, I'll give the quickest breakdowns I possibly can. I've got quite a few.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Over. Trust me, Flash, I'll shock you. We've got Fulham and Leeds. I'm going for the under 2.5 goals. Without me blabbing on with all my research and stuff, there's a funny trend going on with Fulham and Leeds, and we haven't saw over 2.5 goals in around 10 years between these two sides. Just doesn't happen. Both good sides. I just see the under's coming here. Next, we've got Millwall versus Barnsley. I am going to take Millwall to win. I have been neglecting Millwall week after week, and I'm not going to do that again, especially at home, especially against Barnsley. It's Barnsley. Like, if you've been following the champion, it's Barnsley. I don't need to say anything else. Reading versus Derby. We've got the king of the draws, Derby. Their form has been terrible recently, and they're playing Reading, who are just another meh team. So the draw, we're getting 3.40 on that draw, plus 240 American William Hill. Beautiful, thank you. Last but not least, from the championship, West Brom. They have lost 1 game all freaking season. They're now playing Brentford. Come on, it's going to be 3-1, 4-1. It's got to be West Brom. That's it for me in the championship. Quickly run through my League One plays. I've got Gillingham to win and under 4.5 goals versus MK Dons at 2.15 on the decimal. I have Coventry to win, my home team, to win and under 4.4 goals versus Lincoln for 2.20 on the decimal. Then I'm going to take Tranmere and Wimbledon to draw. Nice odds on this one, 3.70 plus 270. And then I have some EPL ones. I've got 3 draws in the EPL. Villa Southampton, Brighton Sheffield, Newcastle Crystal Palace, 3.75, 3.25 and 3.20. And that's my full slate for this week.
Yeah, I've done an article on a Newcastle Palace game. Palace ravaged with injuries and suspensions, and I've gone with Newcastle to win at 2.5 and Newcastle to win minus 1.5 at 5.5. So, good luck with that draw. Anyway, I'm going with...
I remember when you said that last time and the draw came through. I can't even remember what game it was.
Yeah, maybe with draw no bet, that was probably right. Portsmouth versus Ipswich. Rafa, I need you to start using your fingers again now, my lad. Portsmouth versus Ipswich, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 2.3. Better known as the Alex Classic. I'm going to stay with the Alex Classic. Bristol Rovers scoring goals week in, week out against the absolute scoring machines, Peterborough. Both teams to score and over 2.5 at 1.9. That says, Portsmouth, Ipswich, both teams to score. And Bristol Rovers, Peterborough. Rafa? Bristol Rovers and Peterborough, please. There should be a BBTS there. Because obviously I made that mistake, BBTS. But it's both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.9. Now, my next 2 selections, I cannot believe the value. I had to look and look again, which is always a good sign when I do look and look again, and I was right. Scunthorpe to beat Grimsby at 2.4. Grimsby, we opposed them last week and they got the 0-0 draw at Carlisle. Carlisle, I can't believe how they didn't score. But again, I think that's 5 out of 6 weeks that Grimsby have not scored. And this is like off the charts. Forest Green have not scored. I think they've scored 1 in 5 or 1 in 6. And they host Swindon, who are now top and scoring 2 or 3 every single week. So I've gone Swindon to beat Forest Green at 2.8. Put up my parlay, please. 29. There she blows. 29. It pays them 4 little roosters.
I love them odds. That's great. I also support the Portsmouth-Ipswich draw. I feel like that game could be 1-1 quite easily.
Yeah, but we said over 2.5, so why can't you just say,
okay, we'll
I
go
think that's a
2-2
draw,
then.
2-2. Exactly. Exactly. Right, Dave. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the stuff in South Korea. And obviously the Korean... What did you call him? It's not the Goblin, is it? What is it? The Korean...
The Korean zombie is fighting this weekend.
Rafa's like so keen. I was sucking you in. Then like Rafa's in the background going, zombies. I know, I did the show yesterday. What am I, senile? Okay, Dave, you take care, my lad. Have a great weekend and I'll see you over Christmas.
Thank you, sir. I just want to say it's been a great year. It's been a pleasure working with you on these lower league videos, and hopefully many more to come in 2020. Plenty of UFC. We've got Conor McGregor coming up for the next UFC event. It's going to be freaking huge. I can't wait for what's to come in the future. And good luck with everyone on your bets this weekend.
Yeah, and just a little personal note. I don't want to song and dance about it, but I'm off to have one of me teeth out. And I am as brave as a mouse. I woke up this morning thinking, I'm not feeling too great. I wonder if they'll still want to see me because I'm diseased. No. Yeah, Mr. Watson. See you at 2:30. The old Chinese dentist. 2:30. See you next week.